Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie, and I wanted to come on and say good morning. I have a thought for you this morning. As you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? I would love for you to share one thing you're thankful for as you're tuning in. Like if you can physically comment, what are you thankful for this morning? And I was sitting here and I shook up my ketones earlier, and I was doing some laundry and talking to my team. I was just sending gratitude texts. Have you ever done that? Like when you get up in the morning and you're working on, maybe you don't, but here's something I wanted to encourage you to do. When you get up in the morning and let's say you sit down for your coffee, you sit down and you grab a book, you sit down and you look outside, or you hop in your car, like my encouragement to you is, not only think about the things you're thankful for to get your mind in this space of like gratitude, right? But I want you to even go the next step further, and I would encourage you to send somebody a message. So this morning I sent a couple people messages and I was like, hey, I'm thankful for you. So expressing it in your mind, yes. Writing it down, yes. And also sharing it with the people that you're actually thankful for. So this Friday, as you're tuning in, when you hop off, I would love to know something you're thankful for, but also sending those people that you're thankful for a message and just telling them that. Now, the message I got yesterday, and I really probably get every day, is Stephanie, hey, how do I get started? Or I'll have somebody in this space of, man, I'm really challenged. Things aren't going the way that I want it to, like in despair. And despair can be like, man, today stinks, or like really at rock bottom. So either A, hey, how do I get started? Like, how do I get started? What do? I want to achieve. Or like, hey, things are really stinky right now. I need some help. And when you message me or I come and chat with anybody, I'm going to tell you something. Some of you might know this because you've been here for a while, but one of the very first questions that I ask somebody before we dive into what you're eating, before I say, hey, how much water are you drinking? Before I talk about electrolytes, before I talk about food, even before I talk about ketones, even before I talk about anything, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you know what it is? I'm going to ask you what you're reading. I'm going to ask you what you're putting in your mind to help shift your mind in that morning, regardless of how you woke up, to get you moving in the right direction. I had somebody go, okay, I haven't been reading. I haven't been working on my mindset since before Christmas. What should I read? Hey, I haven't. What should I read? So I asked you when you hopped on, what are you thankful for? And I would love to know, are you currently reading a book or listening to a podcast that you absolutely love? What is a book that you're reading to fill your mind? I'm going to share with you my very first book that I actually can remember reading when my husband and I were really introduced to personal development, like self-development, books outside of like fictional books. And there's a book that we have our kids read. We gift this book to so many people. And actually, I think I have a couple of these books. Hey, here's what we're going to do. I think I have 2 books. I'm going to give 2 of these books away. Are you ready? Look at my hair. Okay, here's how you're going to participate. You're going to share below something you're thankful for. I would love for you to share below if you're reading anything, but in order for your name to go into a drawing for a book I'm going to share with you, I want you to share below what you're thankful for, and I want you to share the video. So in the comments, you have to say, I shared. Because sometimes it's funny, I can't actually see who shared. I can see it was shared. So share the video. Comment below, what are you thankful for? You have to, in the comments, say, I shared. And here's a book that I was going to come on and tell everybody. For you, your spouse, your teenagers, your coworkers, your friends. This is a book that I was introduced to probably in 2016. It might have been 15, probably 16. And I've always been a reader. And so I picked this off the shelf this morning because it's a book. It's a really easy book to read. It's a very simple book to read. And I loved it because, well, I'll tell you. So it's called Rhinoceros Success. And if you have a teenager or a preteen, your teenager can read this book. And this book is about a story. It's really about you either becoming a rhino or a cow. Sounds silly. But what it does is it takes you through how to be a rhino. And what does that mean? And it talks about so many different areas of your life in a very short, simple read, understanding book. But I'm telling you, every person that reads this book, especially people that we give it to on our team, they will take on this like, hey, I'm a rhino. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about like the attributes of a rhino. It talks about getting up and how to own your day. What does success mean for a rhino? It talks about fueling yourself as a rhino. What does a rhino do in training? It talks about the things that the rhino should do, taking action, reading. It talks about different areas of your life, financial and spiritually and family. Like, what does a rhino do and what does it look like? It's the funnest way to get something into your mind where if you're like, I do want success in this area. Hey, I want to achieve these goals. You get to, it's like you put on this like, I'm going to be a rhino today. Hey, are you a rhino or are you a cow? You might ask yourself the question and you might go, man, I've been being a cow this month. I better get my booty up and put on my rhino skin. So if you have never read this book or if you want this book, you can easily just go get it. Excuse me. Or you got to share what you're thankful below. And then you have to tell me, I want you to press the share button for the video. You can come back if you're working, if you're driving, like come back. This video is saved. So this is live, but you can always watch the replay. Press the share button. Sharing is caring. It also invites people to join the KetoMom community. And then tell me in the comments I shared. It's a really great book. If you're looking for something also, again, like I said, for your teens, it's my kids all will say, like they know, we've got rhinos around the house. Actually, you want to see my cute little rhinos? Hold on 1 second. Okay. We have fun little things on my bookshelf that are like rhinos. I'd be like, do you want to be a rhino or do you want to be a cow? Listen, if you've got goals, we need to talk about what it means to be a rhino. So anyways, I was just thinking this morning as I walk people through how to get started in whatever goal they're wanting to achieve, the first thing I'm going to say to you is, what are you reading? Where is your mindset? Like, are you future focused? Are you sitting in your past? Like, we need to get your mindset focused in the morning, which helps if you start with gratitude, right? It helps if you journal what you're thankful for, send out some messages. But I'm telling you, if you get up in the morning and all you do is scroll and you're, just so you know, your mindset goes straight into comparison mode if all you're doing is focusing on everybody else's stories and what they're doing, and half the time it's not even real, right? But if you get up and you grab your coffee or your ketones and you sit down and you read 5 minutes, 5 pages, whatever it is, just something to get your mindset in the space of I can, I must, I'm going to, I get to, that is going to shift everything in your life. It is going to help you when I say, okay, Patty, let's talk about water intake. Okay, Patty, like, what are you eating? Hey, let's try intermittent fasting. Okay, Pat, I'm just saying Patty because she's the last person that said good morning. All right. Hey, are you drinking ketones? Are you moving your body? What are we doing to be the best version of you? I'm going to give you some insight, right? Consistent action over time will get you to where you want to go. So, all right. It is a great book. I've got a couple extra on my shelf, so press the share button down below. Sharing is caring. Let me know that you shared by saying in the comments I shared. And then also, what are you thankful for? Let's get your mindset in the right space. I also was like, man, I'm not going to share that. I'll share that next time. So I would love to know what question, and what questions do you have around anything health related. So I'm going to come on later. Do you have questions about food? Like really, if I were to say what one question, if you had one question to ask, like I really need help with how do I prep my meals? Hey, I really need some breakfast ideas. Like, hey, can you help me with understanding intermittent fasting? If I felt like I knew this one thing, I would be successful. What is that one question for you? If I knew the answer to this question, I think it would take me to that next level. What is that question? Ask below. I would love to know. So I can come on and answer some of your questions. I'll do that later this evening. Hey, and know this, you can always reach out personally and ask me questions. Ask below. You can always go to KetoMomSecrets.com. Click on how to get started. We've got a book club over there. We've got recipes. We've got trial packs. I'm mailing these out today. It is going to be a great day. We actually have a whole bunch of 8th grade boys coming over today. My husband is in 8th grade. He's a leader, like a small group leader at our church. So all the boys are invited over here, which should be wild, for a Madden, play football, jump in a cold plunge, watch movies, eat pizza and ice cream. So our house is going to be quite wild. It'll be fun. So I will go hide upstairs as these boys are running through the house and I'll come on and answer your questions. So thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. I look forward. Hey, I'll draw the name. I'm going to wait for this video so that some people can watch tonight. So I will come on live tomorrow. It's Saturday if you're watching live, and I will do a name drawing for the people that shared the video. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, and I'll talk to you very soon.